Hi everyone, welcome to part one of Just One Thing, 5 Days of Alignment. I'm Lisa Gillespie, Restorative Exercise Specialist. Today we're going to get started with the feet and we're going to pay attention to how you line up your feet. This is a really key piece that you can pay attention to throughout your day and it will have a big impact on your alignment. So let's first start off looking at the foot. So here we have your ankle joint, and we have the main bone of your lower leg, your tibia, and then we have a thinner, smaller bone that comes down the outside edge of your foot called the fibula, and they articulate with your foot at the talus. So we have this joint here that allows your foot to flex, move up, and move down as you walk and as you do whatever movement you need to do. We're going to, as you notice, you can see that this joint moves forward and back. So it is in its ideal plane of motion when the foot is aligned straight forward and back. When we stand with our feet turned out, which is most people, we tend to then roll the ankle joint inside and outside. And I'm exaggerating here, but you get the idea. What we want to work on is allowing this ankle joint to move in the plane of motion that it was designed to move. So let's take a look at what that means for you. You will need something that will allow you to line up the outside edge of your foot. So if you have a block or a book or a phone book or an edge on your carpet, or if you have a hardwood floor, you can line it up with the edge of a piece of hardwood, or if you have a tile floor, you can use the edge from the tile. And line up your straight line, and then take your foot and line your foot up so that the outside edge of your foot from the heel to the front towards the toes is meeting that straight line. And then we're going to do the same thing with your second foot. And again, we've got a straight line, and we're lining up the heel and the outside edge of the foot with our straight line. You will most likely say or think to yourself, oh my gosh, I feel so incredibly knock-kneed, so that if you were to bend your knees, you feel like your knees would come together in the middle. That is completely normal. That is the most common feedback I hear from clients when they first try out this position and get their feet lined up. What happens is we're so used to walking with our feet turned out that our upper thighs, our femur bones, have rotated to accommodate being in a turned out position. And if you've done that for years or decades or the majority of your life, then of course, standing different is going to feel quite odd and perhaps even a little bit uncomfortable. Know that you can do this gradually. It doesn't have to be an abrupt change from having turned out feet to perfectly straight feet. That may be too much for your body to accommodate too quickly. So I encourage you with all of this, work gradually and work incrementally. So if you're used to standing with a more turned out foot position, start by bringing in just a tiny bit day by day. And over time, you know that you're working towards the goal of having your feet lined up so that the outside edge from the heel towards the toes is straight. If you notice when you look down at your feet, you may notice your toes look like they're angling in. That's also really common. The reason for that is our toes are pretty malleable because they're only attached at the end point. So they are more prone to being deformed by outside forces such as the shoes that we wear. And also the way that we walk has an impact on the arrangement of the toes. Your toes, therefore, are not a good gauge of whether or not your feet are pointing straight. That's why we're using the objective landmark of the outside edge of your feet. As you go throughout your day today, start implementing this. Start gradually bringing your feet so that they are pointing more straight. And then you can also start to Bring that into your movement, and in particular into your walking, so that when you go for your walk today, work on straightening your feet or having your foot be straighter than it was previously. Another benefit of doing this is that it decreases the load on the inside of your knees. A research study that I read not too long ago was talking about they made the slight change of having the subjects in the study bring their feet less turned out. So they weren't even completely straight. They were just less turned out than they had been previously. And what they noticed was that it decreased the amount of pressure on the inside of the knee and decreased the wear to that part of the knee. Enjoy these benefits and have fun playing with this. I will see you in the next episode.